In the last episode, we light our feet on fire and build a couple of dwarf watchtowers. And in today's episode, we build a giant dwarven keep and put some stuff in it. Let's get started. I need gold. I'm a dwarf who barely has any gold to his name, which just feels wrong. Now, I can buy gold from Silent, but that also just feels wrong. As a dwarf, I should be able to source my own shinies, like iron and gold. Honestly, I have iron on lockdown. This thing has been running for so long, weeks, months, and I have a ton of iron blocks. As you can see, this is just the iron blocks that are in this backpack. I got more in my storage, but look at this. I only have 8 blocks of gold. So today we're gonna fix that by building ourselves a gold farm right here, right in the middle of our mega base valley. Hi, sheepy. Now, originally, I was gonna level this whole hill right here and make this entire area flat, but after showing the area I was gonna build in, y'all had some fantastic ideas for this hill, and I'm gonna be doing one of them by G Dragon Lord 749, and this comment is what inspired me not to demolish this hill, and we're gonna create our gold farm right here. Thank you so much, G Dragon Lord 749. Now I have to design a castle. Is that cow looking at me? Now, before I design a castle, I need to be selfish. I would like to ask you to all subscribe, please. Almost 65% of you are not subscribed, and it really helps me out if you just click that little button. Thanks. Actually, before we get started, I want to tackle our tree farm problem. Now, this is about 2 or 3 episodes ago. Y'all had some absolutely fantastic ideas on what we should do with these saplings, and I want to test down a couple of things and see if they actually work or not. As you can see, we eventually get a buildup of saplings in here, and I try to keep it at a stack each for each sapling. And what'll happen is all of these will fill up with saplings, and it becomes a problem. And I would like to keep a stack in here of each sapling constantly, so that way it constantly has a sapling to replant. Now, y'all had some absolutely wonderful ideas on how I could accomplish this, and I would like to give some of them a shot. Not 100% sure that most of them are going to work, but hey, let's try it. The first solution I want to try out is somebody said that I don't actually have to keep saplings in the system because of where I have the deployers. And I'm hesitant on whether or not that's actually true. I haven't upped the tick speed. This is just growing as fast as it grows. Goodness. But every minute this thing is going to run. So let's see. And jungle is really all I'm worried about here. Let's see how this works. Now, it's left 2 empty spots, but on the way back it does replenish, and maybe that is 100% the case here because these saws on the way back are actually before the tree itself. So after the tree gets chopped down this way, when the saw comes back this way, the saw will hit first, and then the deployer will deploy a sapling. Really, jungle is all I'm worried about, and I might just honestly throw a half a stack of jungle in here and see how that works. Now, I'm just gonna let this run for like, I don't know, 5 or so minutes and see if anything actually gets left behind as far as replanting is concerned, and we'll come back to you. And before I do, I gotta take this off. There it goes. It spills out all the saplings. This thing should now be empty. It 100% is. And look, it's missed an oak sapling already. So I don't know about this one. We'll see what happens though. And there we go. That was 5 minutes. I'm just going to go ahead and clear out my inventory here, and it is missing a ton of saplings. We've got a bunch of jungle, a couple of oak here, and I think it just replanted some birch. So nope, that was not working so great. And you know, while I was running the test, I had an idea. Can I just do this? Because I think if I can do that, I can just give these deployers like a stack of saplings. Now, my concern is having given the deployers a stack of saplings that when it connects to this thing, it's just gonna dump them all on the floor here. So let me get rid of the fire. I'm gonna replant the missing saplings here, torch it, give it a wrench, and hopefully we should see a whole bunch of wood, but not a whole bunch of saplings down here. Now I'm gonna clear out my entire inventory, and yeah, it only picked up, or excuse me, it only threw in the ground what it was missing. And why didn't you replant? All right, we're gonna run another 5-minute test and see if it works this time. And there's 5 minutes on that as well. Now, the only thing that I'm worried about here is potentially these are gonna run out of saplings at some point, and I think the only way that I can tell that is if I grab a cart assembler, and I'm just gonna invert this for right now so they don't come spilling out of here. And what I'm gonna do is do this, and I just wanna check and see if there are still saplings in here. We got 59 there, 61, 57, 61, and 58. Okay, so it's not really replenishing the saplings in here. I mean, it doesn't seem like it is anyways. I don't know, that's crazy. So I think maybe the way I can test this is I'm gonna take out all but one birch sapling, and then I'm gonna put that birch sapling in here. Now, this should cut down this birch tree, and then if it has a sapling after replanting, then it is replenishing here. And it does have a sapling, so it must have gotten at least one birch sapling from that tree there, and then replenished. Interesting. Now, alternatively, I did get another suggestion, which is one that I absolutely adore, to be honest. And that suggestion was, why not use a backpack? Now, if I grab just your regular standard run-of-the-mill backpack, it's got a ton of slots in here, as well as one upgrade slot. Now, an iron backpack gives you more inventory slots with another upgrade slot, and then we have a gold backpack, which gives you way more inventory slots, and then 3 total upgrade slots. And I gotta be honest with you, I think that's probably the way to go here, is to get a gold backpack, glue it onto this machine, and then just use stack upgrades. So that way, I mean, if I have a ton of saplings, who cares? It's not really gonna get backed up that much. All right, check this out, check this out. So I got that iron backpack, I got another iron backpack, and then I have a gold backpack. And look at this, I got an iron backpack with 2 gold upgrades, and we have 1,024 per slot. And to show you how many that is, that's about a chest and a half worth of sapling. Now the iron backpack with 2 diamond upgrades, we have 4,000 jungle saplings in one slot. 4,000, that's insane. And then the triple diamond over here is 32.7 thousand. That's insane. I don't think I will ever get to that amount. So I think we'll go with the iron backpack, and we're going to shoot for 2 tier 3 upgrades. I don't know if it's gonna happen. We might have to settle for tier 2, but the problem is I ain't got no gold, like I said in the beginning of this episode. So we're gonna do our best to get as many good upgrades as we can on a backpack. And it doesn't look like it's actually putting the items into the backpack, even though it is glued to the contraption. So that's not going to work either. And actually, back over on the Just Create server, I have put the backpack here onto the side of the contraption, and I think the reason that it wasn't working before, if I go ahead and pick that up there, now we should see some stuff come out, hopefully when it comes back. Yes, perfect. Okay, incredible stuff here. So the reason that it wasn't working on that other world is because I didn't have the latest mod pack changes, and now we can put backpacks on contraptions. So yay, fantastic stuff. So now this thing is just going to sit here. It's going to collect a whole ton of saplings, and every now and then I have to just come down here and make sure that there's not too many in there. And if there are, I can just turn them into pulp, I guess. Great, that fixes that problem. Let's work on a castle. So before we do a castle, I think we want to design a gold farm first. Let's head over to my... Is that emerald? Oh, it totally is. Hopefully this isn't my fortune pick. It isn't. There's 2. Heck yeah, that's dope. Anyways, as I was saying, let's head over to my creative test world, and we can check out a little gold farm design that I've been working on. Oh, and that's right, before we do that, oh my gosh, I totally forgot. We streamed the other day, and I have a gigantic drill, absolutely ridiculously massive drill, and on it I put a backpack. And we went out and we got a whole bunch of resources. Look at all this gold. Look at all the gold. And you can see this backpack's almost all the way upgraded, and I'll show you why. We went down to our mines and we mined out almost 1,000 diamonds, and I spent a whole bunch of them. Let me go ahead and view stats, and look at that. Throat Slash is the 3rd richest player on the server. I went from rags to riches, ladies and gentlemen. Isn't this absolutely incredible? And as you can see, we are getting 9-ish diamonds a week and for our interest. Isn't that awesome? And we're gonna go ahead and withdraw all of our diamonds real quick because I want to upgrade these backpacks that I've got. We're gonna go ahead and update 1 of these in the tree farm. I don't think we'll need any more than that. We're gonna upgrade 2 in our wood bag. Look at this. Ooh, I don't think I showed this off yet. Look how organized that is. We're gonna upgrade 2 in our create bag, and in our main bag we're gonna upgrade all 3. We need all 3 of them upgraded in there, just in case, you never know. Oh, it's almost sleepy time. And this is where it's gonna become a problem, unfortunately, because I would like to upgrade this last one that we have, but we can only have 4,000. This is gonna be an issue. It's gonna be a major issue. So I have to find a way to unload all of these items and just burn them, essentially. I just gotta burn them. And there we go. I put a portable storage interface on the side. I had stuff burning off there, and boom, we are all setters spaghetters. We got 3 tier 3 upgrades. We should be good to go on our drill. Fantastic. And take a look at this monstrosity. Oh my gosh, this thing is insane. So it all ends over here with blocks of gold. And as you can see, we just have a couple of presses that make blocks of gold out of nuggets into ingots, ingots into blocks. And then over here, we have a place where we can store some of the dead bushes, but they all just kind of fall out at this point. Now, where it starts, I mean, this is kind of a mess. It's kind of a spaghetti mess, and there's a lot that I need to change with it. This isn't the final machine. Where it starts here is with these mechanical generators that are generating a whole bunch of cobblestone that's getting ground into gravel, ground into sand, and then coming in here. Now, in here, we will get sand as well as clay and flint. But as you can see, the fans are not keeping up with the amount of stuff that's being made. So we have this mess that's going on over here. Let me just grab that. Now, the sand is being washed into clay balls. And once we have 64, they are getting blown up this here tube. And then they are getting split into this array here. Now, what I thought was going to happen, because I have these on force split, is it was going to come in here and it was going to split each one of them into these presses, and that is not what's happening at all. I don't really understand why, but that's okay. I have a design in mind to fix it. But anyways, they're getting pressed into clay blocks. Those clay blocks are coming in here. They're waiting until there are 32 of them, and then it is going to get blasted into terracotta. Terracotta is going to be ground down into red sand and then washed into the nuggets. And the things that I need to change on this are, these need to go slower. As you can see, they are generating 16,000 stress units each because I have this thing at max speed. I need to slow those down. I could probably get away with 2 crushing wheel setups and then maybe 5 washers. I need to toy with more washers and see how that works. This thing needs to be completely rebuilt. I think instead of having 8 and 8, I just want 8 in a line like this that are going this way into, I don't know, like a vault or something like that. And then I think the rest of this is fine. I think the rest of this is a-okay. I don't even know if I need 3 fans per, but I gotta be honest, I have these running so slow. They're only going at 2 stress units. Yeah, they're incredibly slow. For those of you that don't know, you don't actually need to make fans go fast in order to wash things faster. It's about how many fans are washing something. So what I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna cut this off because this is what's making our items. I'm gonna pick those up and I'm going to completely redo this back half of the machine. Okay, change this thing up a lot. So we just slowed these down. I put a little speed controller in here. I set it to 8, and it looks like these guys are keeping up pretty well with that. So that's fantastic. We got the same setup with the crushing wheels here, and we've got the same setup with this. And I had 5 fans, and I had to bring it down to 4. I just didn't need the 5th one, so this entire thing can go over this way by like 2 blocks. As you can see, I've got this guy here as well. Pushed out, he can come over as well. So this entire setup can get pushed over by like 2 blocks, which is really great. Anyways, fan blows all the clay balls up here. They go into a barrel. They wait until there's 64 in the barrel. Then they go through this tunnel system. And then as you can see, I got 4 presses, pressing 4 times. And that's going to make a whole bunch of clay blocks. And then once we have a stack, it's going to come over into here, just like so. And then it will get cooked. And then once it gets cooked, it'll come down here and get crushed. And once it gets crushed, it'll come over here and get turned into some gold. Now, I am going to make a couple other changes as well. I have never seen 2 stacks of clay over here. Like, as you can see, this one is a going, and there's only a half a stack of clay, and it's gone. So I'm going to change this setup to be 1 smelting setup. I'm going to change this to obviously only be 1 crushing setup. And then the same here. I'm going to have 1 washing setup, and then that'll give us, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 more blocks of space, so I can chunk this back 4 more blocks, and we'll be able to save on a whole bunch of stress units as well. But yeah, this is the gold farm that I'm going to be building on the server. Let's go ahead and get this thing built. Or so he thought. Future throw here. You see, Foxy and Beardy's latest episodes feature an immense gold farm with one of the most gorgeous shops I've ever seen. Please go watch their videos on this. So I've scrapped the gold idea for now. We'll still make a gold farm later, but I decided to design a keep of sorts to put here, and I think we might fill it with stone and stone accessories instead. Let's check it out. And here we are in our creative test world of the server, and look at this. Ooh, isn't it so pretty? Oh my gosh, it took way too long to create and build, and I want to get this on the server as fast as we can. There's not much inside. We have a floor, we have a ceiling, we got a floor, a ceiling, and then look, a floor and ceiling. That's really it. So let's head over to the server and start getting all the materials we need to blast this in. And by get the materials, I mean we already have the materials. Everything's just ready and waiting for us down here at our mega base area. Cow, you saw nothing. Everything is ready to go. The only thing I need to do is actually position the schematic in the correct spot, and then we should be able to hit go. Look at this. Look at this netherite backpack full of a whole bunch of stuff. So much stuff. Look at all this stuff. Oh my gosh. But anyways, let me take this out of here and put it in the right spot because this is a little too far up in the air right now. All right, I think this is okay. We're gonna, you know what, we're gonna call it good for now. All right, fine. Ugh, this is always the most terrifying thing in the world. I'm out of gunpowder. Oh no, I have 300 gunpowder. Whatever shall I do? Everything seems like it's good to go, and oh man, oh, I'm not ready yet. All right, there we go. I am now recording, so I think all I should be able to do is just hit go, and we're ready to go. All right, 3, 2, 1, here we go. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. And there are a couple things that I need to fix here. For example, I want these guys doing some different poses. There we go. And in the back here, the schematic cannon just has absolutely no idea what andesite sheet metal is whatsoever, which is weird because it's from design and decor. So it would be one of those things that you think it would know what it is, but yeah, hey, what can you do? And that should be it. That's the whole thing completed. Awesome. Now, there's a lot more that I want to do to it. First of all, we need to make it not float. Need to make it also not be a mob farm down here because that's gonna hurt. We need to make this door actually work. We gotta put an elevator in here, and then we just have some random bits and bobs that we need to decorate. For example, I gotta put like armor stands in there. I don't know why this is open, but apparently it's a screaming metal death trap. And for some reason, it just like messed up some of these blocks. I don't really understand why. This is weird. So we gotta fix some of that as well. And then just general decoration, right? I want some clutter and whatnot on top of here and on the balconies, etc., etc. And we also gotta figure out what the heck we're gonna use this thing for, because I'm not doing the gold thing. There's really only room for one gold shop on the server, so I'm thinking I might do rocks. And I know Chosen sells a whole bunch of that, so you know, we could do tough and granite and diorite and, you know, all the different types of rocks that we could do. So let me clean up this schematic cannon's mess, and we will figure out what the heck we're gonna put in this building. And we're gonna go for this sort of look around the area. I always like the way this looks, and obviously it's not gonna look exactly like this. We're gonna make it prettier, don't worry. We got a bunch of that going on the side here, and this mound will kind of make look like that as well. But there is something that I wanna do underneath this building right now. And that is something that I haven't done in over 2 years, I gotta be honest. Yeah, gosh, it has been over 2 years. And that's because I think I wanna turn this place into a stone farm. All the different types of stone. We're gonna do stone and cobblestone and tough and everything that we can make stone, or every stone that we can make. I want to make granite. I want to make diorite. I want to do tough. I might even dip into some sandstone. And we can look into things like scoria or some of the different bricks like pearl bricks, etc. Some of these unfortunately use the create stuff, and I can't farm those. And we might even be able to automate dripstone as well. Cool. We can automate deep slate? What? I think it's time for a clipboard. That list took so long to write up, the sun is going down. But we've got everything I think we're going to make. We got cobblestone, diorite, granite, andesite, tough, dripstone, calcite, bricks, deep slate, basalt, gabbro, dolomite, maybe the sandstones, umber bricks, dusk and pearl bricks, limestone, and weathered limestone. And I think we might skip out on the deep slate just because it's so easy to mine. I don't really see a need to purchase it, but we might just make a little bit of it. I don't know yet. But that's all going to start with a gigantic lava pit. So we need to make a basement in this thing, and we need to put a giant lava pit inside of it. And we also need 2 shapes. Well, I think the first thing that we need to do is actually make this door openable, and I think I have everything in my hands that we need to do this. We just got to glue the whole thing together. I do this every time. Should always start at the top. Then we got to go down underneath it and figure out where the door is. I think it's this one. Is this one? Is this one? Is this one? Is that one? Okay, got it. And a sequence gear shift. Nope, mechanical bearing. Turn the other way. There we go. And I think we only want to place it near the initial angle. So the first thing is we want to turn for 90 seconds. or turn 90 degrees, excuse me. And then we'll have the door be open for, I don't know, 6 seconds. And then we'll have it turn again in the opposite direction. And that should be good. And then all we got to do is power it, which originally I wanted to use a water wheel for this, but I got to be honest, I think a windmill's going to be better. I just need wool. Chippy town. And I think this should do it. We got white bed, spruce door for the redstone link. And now we just need to hide some redstone links somewhere, probably here. Let me just break everything real quick. Yeah, this one I think will hide right here. And then we need a button. I got no stone button. I got stone. I got stone. And let's boopity and boopity. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. That's ominous. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. I like how slow that is. That's pretty cool. All right, sweet. And then we just have to hide the other one. And can I have my sheep back? And then it's going to wait for 5 seconds, and then it'll start to close. Great. The other one we can hide behind this guy somewhere. Probably it's going to have to be right there. And we could just use a copycat panel or something. And there we go. There's that one as well. Awesome. Now, getting out, yeah, that is kind of slow. But you know what? You're just going to have to deal with it. It is what it is. Cool. Now, I could obviously fix these up in the corners and make them, you know, not Z-fight with these, but guess what? I'm not gonna. It is what it is. It's stuck that way forever now. Look at this. Look at how awful it is. Oh my gosh, it's gonna go right through that. But look at it. Look at it. Oh, it's terrible. Oh, it cuts right into it. And guess what? We're not gonna change it. Deal with it. I'm gonna get back outside. The next thing that we have to do is something that I have not done in over 2 years of playing Minecraft Create. That's right, 2 whole years of playing this game. I have not done this. I did this in my first season of a create mod thing, and I have not done it since. I need to make an infinite lava source. Isn't that crazy? I have not done this in so long. Oh my gosh. And I think we're just gonna go straight to the bottom of this here. I wanna find a chunk, and look at that. There's a chunk right here. So we'll put it in this area, kind of try to keep it chunk aligned, and we'll go from there. Now, I don't think this is going to be enough drills, but we are going to try to get as many drills as we can in this area. You know what? We can just make some more. It's not a big deal. And we are going to drill the inside and 1 block outside of this entire chunk as far down as we can go. And there is a bit of an issue here because I don't want to drill into these walls at all. So maybe starting up here is a terrible idea. So let's tear down everything we just did. It's all right. It wasn't too much, thankfully. So it looks like we can safely start drilling in about this-ish level, so that's super wonderful. I'll just get everything dug down to here. Oh, hello, what's this? Hello, sir. Well, one night only. This is a Steam Park. Park has remained devoid of visitors ever since. Now we reopen. Oh no, I think I missed this, unfortunately. So this was Beardy inviting people over to his Steam Park, which I had to work. You know, it happens. What can you do? But hey, go check out Beardy and everybody else's videos that were able to make it. And it looked like a blast. It looked like an absolute blast. I'm vehemently jealous, but no, that looks super fun. You know, how come none of you in the comments told me that I don't want to drill out an entire chunk? What am I, guys, come on. You're supposed to keep me up on this stuff. I rely on you to help me with my tiny little squirrel brain, okay? Okay, I don't want to drill out the whole chunk, guys, all right? You know that. You should have told me that. That was being silly. I just want to drill out 10 of them, okay? So 1, 10. And then 1, 2, 3, 9, 10. And then an extra one. So we should have 11, right? 1, 10, 11. There we go. That's what I want to drill out. And the 11th one is a mystery musket tool that will help us build a border around it. That's it. That's all it's going to do. Made like over 200 drills. I was like, I'm going to drill out a whole chunk. It's going to be great. Why? What are you doing? Knock it off. You know, one of my favorite things from the Create mod is how oh, geez. Oh, gosh. Everything's broken. No, it's fine. Shh, 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 shh. Everything's cool. It's cool. It's cool. It's cool. Jeepers. What I was saying is, what I love about the Create mod is how janky some things are. Just absolute jank. Where listen, I could set this thing to a bajillion speed. And this thing will just go down. Just it takes like almost no stress units. It's awesome. I love this. But we are gonna put a clutch right here though. I want to be able to shut this thing on and off. All right. Actually, we'll put it on top and we put this lever here. That shuts it off. This makes it go the other way. All right. We're good. We're good. Everything's good now. Put the rope pulley back. Connect this whole thing together. Connect all these barrels to it. And that should be it. I mean, if anything, I got to add a couple more water wheels. Like, who cares? I don't even care. So this is at Y level 100. So we need to go down to at least 0. I think we might go down a little bit farther than that. Just give us, you know, a little bit of lip of safety. And then what we'll do is we'll build build some sort of retaining wall around the hole that we're going to dig. And we might be able to do that using deployers, but I would need to make a lot of deployers. So we might not. We'll see what happens. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to turn this on, and that seems to be working. How far can we go? All right, that's overstressed. So we're stressed. All right, so it looks like 64. Oh yeah, 256, duh. So let me shut that off real quick, and I'm just gonna add a couple water wheels. And now when I flip this bad boy on, it should allow us to crank it up to max speed. There we go, cool. And now I just need to sit down here at Y, I don't know, -5 maybe. And then once it gets down to here, we are done. And I think that's it, Let's actually pull it all the way back up, and it's gonna bring a creeper with it. Of course it is. Hi, creepy boy. Oh, and it can't go that far. Hello. Oh, because all those blocks are in the way. Duh. And there we go. Pulled all the way back up. And I want to just confirm that it is down far enough. So, torches in hand. Let's go check it out. Oh, it's full of water. That's a problem. Huh. Yeah, it's at -106, so that should be fine. And I'm wondering if breaking that one source block is going to break everything. That would be fantastic. Oh, wow. It looks like it is. That's great. All right, perfect. So this is going to work out fantastic. Let's remove our chunk borders, and I just want to put a couple of torches in these little pockets here, just so mobs stay away from our entire endeavor as we're working on this. And thank goodness for above the clouds. Wow, actually got a lot of copper from this. Holy moly. And we just had barely enough barrels on it. Heck yeah. Well, I've only had to rebuild this 12 times, so let's see if it works this time. These should place blocks here, and then I'll bring it back up and rebuild it to place blocks on the other side as well, and hopefully I'm sending it down slow. Yes, that is doing exactly what I need. I'm just gonna stop it and send it back up a little bit because I do want to get the blocks on the side here as well. Shut that off, and that should just be as easy as this. And then connecting these together. I don't know if I need to spin them around. I'm just gonna, just so they're kind of like exactly the same. Okay, and that should be everything good now, I think. Well, nothing to it. Just go. It's gonna break these blocks and then pick them back up, and that's okay. I don't care. And that one's broken. Why? Why broke? Why are you breaking? Are you in punch mode? Oh my god, you're an idiot. Okay, so those ones I'm just gonna have to do manually. Who cares? Jeepers. Now, as soon as it reaches this here, we should be good to stop it. Oh gosh, and I think it went too far down. That's okay. Let's bring it back up. Now, something we gotta fix immediately is this torch needs to go. And the other thing I'm gonna do is just line this here. It might break when I send this down again. And then we just gotta send it down one more time to do the sides, and then we can fill the bottom with these tough bricks, and then I think we're done. All right, here we go with the rest of the wall. Hopefully this will work. I don't know why I'm doubting myself so much. All right, almost there, and done. That should do it. 256, bring her all the way back up. Okay. All right, this should all be done. We're just gonna fly all the way down to the bottom, and by fly I mean drop. And then this should be 10 by 10. So if I go 1, 2, 3, 8, 9, 10. There we go. 1, 2, 8, 9, 10. All right, yeah, we did it. We did it all correct. Now we're gonna do the cheating method just because, listen, listen, I got a lot of time. I don't wanna get this done. So we're gonna put some andesite casing down here, and we are gonna just pour a whole bunch of lava on top of it. I only need 100 source blocks of it, and then we're just gonna pick all the andesite casing up, and we should be good to go. Do I need this much lava to start it? Absolutely not. Am I gonna grab this much lava? Yeah, why not? Of course, that sounds awesome. And I can't forget to glue it together, and I think it's already on lock rotation. It is. This is taking way less time than I thought it was going to. And done. Wow, look at that. Jeepers. And I think we just break that one, and the lava stops coming out. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it looks good to me. All right, I love it. Flick the lever, pick up the minecart, and now we've got a huge lava source. Awesome. And as far as I'm aware, I'm doing this right. We got a hose pulley that's going down to here, and it's going to fill all that stuff up. And I think if I just do this, is that right? It is filling up. Okay. Obviously, right. Nope, it's got to go down one more. So, whoa, wrong way. All right, let's, hang on. Whoa. Wait just a second. I'm going to pick that one up, and hopefully that'll do it. And once it gets a whole bucket in, it will plop it down. That didn't seem like it plopped it down. Yeah, I think maybe I need to come up one more, although maybe not. No, I think maybe we're good. I think we're good. Many speed. Yeah. All right, so many buckets, so many lava lava. So many lava. And I think we pull this off of here. Something just broke. I don't know what it was. And before I break anything, we're gonna pick this tank up. Oop, not what I want. Whoa, jeepers, that was almost bad. Okay, now what I need to do, is just break all of these, and it should just flow down. So let's go over here, and we should be able to just go in a line like this. All right, we're getting pretty close to the end here, so we're just gonna do this now, and we'll come up here and land here, and boom, 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 and that should do it. Apparently I lost a piece of tuff. Whoopsies. And now, once this reaches the bottom, it should be a completely infinite lava source. I'm not gonna lie, that looks pretty cool. Boom, full of lava. Let's see how we did. Oh my gosh, it's gotta be close. I'm about to starve to death. It is a workout session. I'm so hungry. Ow. Are we at the bottom yet? Oh my gosh, we're so close. Jeepers. All right, so what is it? I gotta go to the bottom and then go up one? Is that right? Is that, I don't know how this works, people. It's been 2 years. I don't know how to do this anymore. All right, I think that's correct. So if I'm gonna slow this down just in case, goodness forbid. Let's do that. And then we do this. And tapping the mantle, ladies and gentlemen, bottomless supply. Oh my gosh, fill it up. Well, it's been 2 years. It's been 2 years since I've done that. That feels very, very good to do again. Oh my gosh. Well, it's not the prettiest thing in the world. However, we have steam power. Steam power. Oh my gosh, no more windmills for this guy. It is self-contained, so if it ever, for some reason, shuts off, this little system right here with this one water wheel will provide heat as well as water to the engine. And then once the engine starts going, this thing will kick back on and get the rest of the water going in. And this thing will just gradually build up based on the speed of the steam engine itself. Right now, it is just running on the 128 stress unit speed that the steam engine is giving it, which is going to be more than enough. You know, an extra cool thing about this, I have a lava refill station right here. Isn't that super nice? I'll probably put another one off to the edge somewhere where I can just refill my lava tanks and my fueling tanks and all that sort of stuff. But I'm super proud of making a steam engine that is self-sustaining after 2 years of not ever using them. I got the room as well. I could put another one here, maybe another one there, but I think this one is just going to power this building, and maybe I'll put some more once we start digging underground over there. And just so we always know, we're going to put a stressometer on this bad boy right here, and then we will get a display link upstairs to just let us know how much we have left to use on this machine. And there we have it. We got a couple of display links that are showing a total stress unit and also the amount of stress we have remaining. And I also put in this guy right here. Hopefully, there we go. Nice little elevator that brings us to the ground floor, the second floor, and all the way up to the outside third floor, where we can just, isn't that great? And one day we will have it go down to a basement area, but I don't have that dug out yet. It is still just this. And I gotta wait for the door to open. All right, maybe this is a little slow. Okay, maybe I will have to. And hey, look at this. I also did some more decoration. I have these braziers, things that hold fire on the outside here. And I also started some decoration on the cliff face here. Let me just go off in this here direction. Ooh, isn't it just absolutely beautiful so far? Still a lot to do, but it is looking pretty great so far. And a nice little plaza here. Ooh, a plaza, yes. And then we'll have more of these, just dotted around with more buildings on them, doing goodness only knows what. But yeah, that is unfortunately all the time that I have for today. Thank you so much for coming on this adventure with me. I love you all so very, very much, and we will see you in the next episode. Oh yeah, huge shout out to my patrons and YouTube members, patreon.com/throughalesh. Anyways, love you all to death, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.